What's up guys, Peter here from Reviews on Anything, and today we're looking at a portable food container. Now we've done reviews on those in the past and they're usually very similar. Double wall vacuum insulated, keeps your hot food hot, cold food cold, and a few tweaks here and there. They're usually pretty similar. This though is something different. This is the ICONIQ Qore, and you can already tell it is quite a large food container, which is because it has two compartments. So you can actually have two hot or two cold meals, but also one hot and one cold, since they are completely separated from each other. It was a Kickstarter project I backed a few months ago, and actually the units have arrived this week and I've been testing it out. So we're going to have a close look, see what's actually different. It has a few surprises and twists, which is quite interesting, and we're going to see if it's actually worth your money. Alright, so here we go with the ICONIQ Qore fresh food container. You see I got four colors here. It was a Kickstarter project that I backed, like I said, and I got the big set. We got red, sort of matte, space gray here, blue and purple. It's all the same configuration though. And this is how you get them. The only packaging involved is this little wrapper over here. I got one loose for you right here. That is attached with a little piece of tape, so not a very good job in terms of packaging there. I'm not sure if this is the final packaging though, because like I said, it was a Kickstarter project. The wrapper though does tell us a lot of what we need to know. Sweat free, warranty, 18.8 stainless steel, high quality, food safe, which is obviously great. 100% BPA free, double wall insulation, hot or cold, works great with soup, salads and so on, and hand wash only, so should not put this in the dishwasher. Enough of the specs, let's have a look at one of them in sort of a closer look. Not much in terms of, flashy branding going on, just the ICONIQ sort of logo up here, which I quite like. And this is actually a container that consists of several compartments, so let's work our way down from the top. So we got the handle here, obviously to carry it around, which is actually quite a nice design. It means you can hang it up, hold it like this, hang it on your bag maybe. Very ergonomical, very functional. I quite like it. And there's even a little hole in here where you can maybe add a carabiner or some kind of rope situation. Nice lid. Screwing that open reveals the first compartment. Nothing to see here, it's just a small compartment for whatever food item you choose to store. Second layer, same story. Different lid. This is just a push-on, plop-on lid. Comes with an extra rubber ring, as you can see, which is nice. And that is actually the second compartment, also obviously for your hot or your cold item. Now it's important to notice, I'll demonstrate that in a little bit, that obviously these compartments are not physically connected. First of all, it's double wall vacuum insulated, so the cold in theory doesn't come out and the heat doesn't come out either. And these compartments don't touch either. So you can really have a hot and a cold item in there, no problem. Putting that back, unscrewing the bottom, you can see the spork, which is great. Nice addition, because that's something that you always forget. You bring your nice hot meal and then you don't have anything to eat it with. So it's actually quite clever that they add this to store on the bottom of your food container, so you can always have it with you. Like so, which I think is quite a nice touch and adds to the sort of overall streamlinedness of the design. Now the good part about the design is that you can actually stack these pretty much indefinitely. Obviously it's going to become impractical at some point, but you can stack these with those no problem, as many as you want, because you can also screw this in here on the bottom. So you can really make it as versatile as you want, and it's especially great for a day out with the kids. Now you hear the squeaking. Obviously that is inherent to Now obviously that's inherent to plastic and steel rubbing together, but I have to say overall it's not a very confidence inspiring sort of feel to the whole system. Yes, stainless steel, it's heavy, it feels good in hand and so on, but this kind of stuff I'm not too sure about. And the same thing goes with this lid. Yes, it's a stopper and it's going to be held in place by the compartment you put on top, but just make it a screw cap, because it's just so much more secure, so much more confidence inspiring in terms of keeping your food hot or cold. So I'm not really sure why they've gone for such a solution. Now, like I said, this is keeping your food hot and cold all in the same package, which is why I prepared this container a few hours ago to show you sort of how that functions in real life. Now, on the bottom here, there is boiling water that I put in, so something you can compare to a soup or stew, for example. And on the top here, I put ice cubes, sort of to represent, let's say, a salad or something else that you eat cold. Now, there's no warmth at all in the compartments themselves, but you can really tell that sort of the middle part is warm to the touch. It's not hot by any means or anything, but it is certainly warm to the touch. So that is what I referred to earlier with the lid. The boiling water went into the compartment with the press-on lid, and it's something that shows right away. You're going to feel that this is warm, and which means energy going away from your food and into the steel. So it might be recommendable to have your hot items with the top lid, because that is just more secure and more tight on the compartment. Now, either way, on the top we have ice cubes, as you can hear. Opening it up, you can see that the ice cubes are still there, no problem. Now this is an hour and a half to 2 hours later, so you know, it's certainly not something that's going to last all day long, but put like this, no problem whatsoever. And don't forget, when you put your food in here, hot or cold, and eat out of it in between, obviously you're going to lose temperature really fast. The more food there is to keep the temperature the way it is, the longer it'll last. The same hotness to the touch actually goes to the bottom of the compartment here as well. You can see that there's actually moisture forming inside here, so that is certainly not a good sign. Again, it's not a disaster, it's not the end of the world, but this is energy going away from your food and into the material, which is not what you want, and it's certainly not going to contribute to a longer time that it stays hot or cold. Now, taking the lid off, you can see it's still piping hot. It is actually so hot that the steam already tells me that I should not put my finger in there. So, you know, no problem whatsoever at this point in time with temperature. But again, as you know, the temperature goes away, as the lid is not fully secure, that is certainly not going to contribute to the longevity of the temperature of your food.